Gary Mazeroff with Gustavo Farel. Gustavo, pleasure to work with you again, my friend. So we're here at the 30th IRF World Junior Racquetball Championships in San Luis Potosi, Mexico. Gustavo, your opinion, your perception of the week, and what's going on with this match?
Good afternoon, Gary. It's good to be here again. Sorry I had to leave on such short notice yesterday, but being in charge of the referees at the tournament desk, they needed me there. Seems like we've done a very good job this week. We didn't have all of the referees we would have liked to have for this size of a tournament, but all in all, I think it's come out very nicely with the talent we've had here as far as referees go. Play has been excellent at all levels, and one of the things I commented yesterday, I say again today, is that while they may be competitive on the court, these players, once they're off, I think they keep smiling and are growing some friendships.
Absolutely. It's a lifetime sport, and lifetime friendships abound. 12 countries here. So we have Team Costa Rica, Holmberger, in his penultimate year. He's got one more year to play in juniors with his partner Montero. This is it for him. Playing against Fernandez, who has another year, and Rodriguez from Mexico. Team Mexico would love to get a revanche match tomorrow with Team Bolivia.
And they're going to have to defeat this Costa Rican team to get there.
So side out on the first half inning. Fernandez will also play in the men's 18th final tomorrow against his countryman Portillo.
The pace at which that ball comes at you, it until you're in there actually seeing it, you cannot appreciate it.
So nobody scored in the first inning. Yeah, I think we can appreciate it more now since we had the opportunity to play on one of these championship courts this morning. Put yourself in their shoes. So that's a dead ball serve. It's a fault. His partner was legally situated in the doubles box. Second serve.
The glass is very, very difficult to play, as we saw there.
Well put, my friend. 1-0, Costa Rica. Julian Holmberger, capital of San Jose in Costa Rica.
If I were to comment on who the softest hitting player out there is, I would say that's probably Rodriguez. Hard to believe as hard as he hits it.
Exactly.
But the other guys just wail on the ball.
But I will say that as Rodriguez, who hits the slowest of the four, passes his opponent. Yet earlier we saw Fernandez take apart Herman from Bolivia with some of the softest shots you'll ever see.
Tremendous racket control.
Our head official, Gustavo, is Cristina Maya, a pro player in her own right. And she hails from Cali in Colombia. We've had very few matches with lines people this tournament, which has proven to make the tournament more efficient to run. Matches aren't delayed as much with the appealed calls, etc.
Well, and I think the referees are all good referees, and they're not going to make every call correct, but they're in no way favoring any team. So they tend to even out, even with some of the mistakes that are made by the referees.
Montero, errant shot. It's still 1-1, second server. Yes, for example, tomorrow we have
equipment
timeout. They have up to 30 seconds to secure another racket. It didn't take that long, so they'll play ball. Tomorrow, Mexico will be in many of the finals, which makes the Mexican referees recuse themselves. They can't participate.
Fortunately, we do have a group of non-Mexican referees, which will be available tomorrow. 7 of them. And again, we're going to try to not have lines in the matches.
And they're all finals tomorrow. From World Cup all the way down to the Olympic format groups, which goes blue, red, and white in the lower age division. Great coverage. Through the legs, forehand, rollout. Fernandez. It's impressive.
He has the softest hands, but so much power coming off of that racket.
As you said, with the power. So he goes across to the left side, and the ball cracks out deep corner. Ace.
I have to wonder if Fernandez is actually as calm as he appears to be on the inside. There was a mistake.
Yeah.
Hand
Double fault,
out.
double fault.
He does not show pressure, that's for sure.
That's right, not a lot of animation. I did see him smile earlier. One serving 4, Costa Rica coming in. Holmberger.
We commented on the courts. They've got a tile front wall going up about 8 feet, which really helps in keeping these courts in good shape. But the ball does
safety hold up.
But the ball does come off of that tile very fast.
So that was a safety hold up, and an avoidable hinder was awarded. Hand out. Wraps it around. Skipped in, point. Costa Rica, 2-4. I'm confident, Gustavo, our viewing audience, talking about the tiles and the concrete walls and the ball and the weather and the altitude. You're seeing shots that you won't see very often. Although with Costa Rica, we know that the Camacho shots are hit often. 5 walls, sometimes including a ceiling.
And I think they've actually practiced some of those so-called Camacho shots and have been used quite successfully by some of the players, at least some of the matches that I refereed.
I agree with you.
4 walls.
It's extra credit for a 5th. They hit it so high and hard, and when it doesn't hit the ceiling, they get that 5th wall sometimes.
That is a very difficult serve to return.
Indeed. That's impressive. It's like he's playing Pepper on the baseball game. 5-2.
What a get.
Costa Rica's been hitting everything back cross court, so they're playing them for it. With this glass, which is difficult to negotiate at times, they may be better served to hit it parallel down that line.
It's an interesting serve.
Broken ball. We want to thank our main sponsors of the International Racquetball Federation. The official racket is E-Force. The official ball is Gearbox. Thank you to the local organizing committee here at the beautiful La Loma Club.
You make it look so easy.
7-2, game 1.
Timeout, Costa Rica.
So we'll go to Gatica and we'll be back. Stay tuned, folks.
What's the Olympic dream? The Olympic dream is hard work, it's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
Back, folks, to the 30th IRF Junior World Championships here in San Luis Potosi at one of the most elaborate, fine racket and multiple sport disciplines in the world. Club La Loma. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel. You're looking at Team Mexico serving to Team Costa Rica 7-2 in game 1. The winner earns a spot in the final against Team Bolivia. Nobody home there, Gustavo, left side.
8 championship courts here. Back wall glass, a couple of them with sidewall glass. Beautiful facility, and they are used even when the tournament is not going on. Quite a few players here at La Loma.
4 championship squash to boot.
I believe this is where Andre Parrilla plays out of. I'm not surprised by the score thus far.
Yeah, we anticipated a closer match. We'll see what happens in the next game and a half or more. With shots like that, it's tough to contend. It's just uncanny. The athletic and racket skills of Fernandez. And it's incredible what an upside he has as well.
That ball did not bounce coming off the front wall.
Rodriguez left side. And that cleared the 12-foot demarcation on the back wall directly, which means whoever hit the ball loses that rally. In this case, it's a point scored, so it's 11-2 in game 1.
That's one of the rules that a lot of the local club players do not pay attention to, but that's essentially is having the ball go out of the court, 12-foot line. And here everybody's quite familiar with it. The ball is very bouncy, so it did go over quite a few times throughout the week. Nice shot, Montero.
12 countries represented here. North, Central, and South America, and Ireland in Europe. Thank you to their coaching staff and their representatives. A few players that did come. We're excited to have them. They're doing a good job with their youth program as well. Montero. And he reverses a winner, right corner. Let's see if they can put a string together here. What do they need to do?
They got to quit hitting into these guys' strength, which they're going to have to change the serve, I think, to begin with. Stop the cross court. No, skip ball point.
That's a start. Needs a tighter angle on that Z, so it veers off the deep right glass. Nope. It's not going to do it over time. But nonchalant skip by Fernandez's partner on the left side, Rodriguez.
He had that whole left side wide open, and he skipped it in.
So 2 points on unforced errors. That helps Costa Rica get back into it. He jams at that time.
Wow. I don't know if you've noticed, Gary, but I've seen it with all levels of play here. When they bounce the ball getting ready for the serve, that ball is like a super ball. It literally pops up so fast that they can't catch it. So there's been a lot of chasing the ball before the serve even happens. Has a lot to do with the altitude.
And Holmberger, backhand winner, straight into the front wall. So it's now 5-11. We started this inning at 2-11. Short serve.
A lot of the players are wearing baseball caps now. That's permissible. I'm still trying to understand myself what the advantage of doing that is, if it serves to keep the sweat from coming down over the eyes, or if it's more of a fashion statement.
Could be advantage, could be vanity.
Tough serve, and nice return.
Rodriguez, 11-5.
I believe the only player out here that played singles was Fernandez, right? Did the other guys play singles?
No, you're accurate on that.
So he must be, even though, like always, he doesn't show much emotion, he has got to be tired.
So here's an equation for catching up. 2 innings in a row. Defensively, didn't allow a point. Offensively, the last inning they scored 3. Great hands, Montero. Oh, now they've scored 4. So it's 6-11. Builds the confidence. They know they can score against them. And they know, as you said, if they play smarter, they can hold them. Speaking of smart, great pass right side. Straight in, straight back. Second bounce before the back wall.
I think one good thing, we haven't heard either crowd get into it, nor the Costa Ricans nor the Mexicans, and I think that's going to be an advantage for the Mexican team. The Costa Rican team, the contingency here, the fans are many and very loud. Of course, the Mexican team, here we are in San Luis Potosí as well, but a little more docile.
The Real Inn, they could have closed the hotel just for the Costa Ricans. About 70 in their entourage. So Fernandez is going to be serving as we have a referee timeout to wipe the floor. 2 timeouts allowed in each game. 2 minutes between games, 2 serves. If they're alliance people, they're entitled to 3 used appeals. And hopefully the number of towel timeouts are minimal.
Foot fault over the front line.
Montero with the backhand. Forehand.
So quick.
And Rodriguez puts it away. Sidewall, front wall, pinch winner. So this is her first point in a few innings. 3 points to close out game 1.
I had the opportunity to have Rodrigo Rodriguez stay with me in the U.S. Open at a tournament which he did very well. Actually won 2 of his pro matches, which was quite impressive considering the level of play that was there.
Absolutely. Best players in the world. You're watching, folks, the best players in the world in the junior classification. This is an annual event whereby the adult nationals, worlds I should say, are held every 2 years. And it appears we'll be back here in 2020 for the adult worlds. Juniors have been designated for Costa Rica, San Jose. We also have next year, we'll be sharing some more moments at this desk and the referee's desk as well in Barranquilla for the Pan American Championships. Barranquilla, close to the Caribbean in Colombia.
Well, that would be sea level, I would think.
Yes.
Not had the opportunity to be there. It must be also
Nor
very
have I.
beautiful.
I've been to Colombia 7 times, all to Cali. And the premier event next year for racquetball and for other disciplines will be the Pan Am Games, which is the 3rd largest athletic festival in the world, behind the Olympic Games #1 and the Asian Games #2. The Pan Ams will be held in Lima, Peru in July.
End of July, I believe, going into the first part of August, right?
Yes, racquetball will be one of about 30 sports/disciplines. So that should be an avoidable hinder, but not awarded.
Not awarded.
So Fernandez served his partner's side, and they weren't penalized when Rodriguez was blocking the return. Then he comes back, and it's an ace. So you and I would have called an avoidable on that.
I would have, no question.
Broken ball. Meanwhile, Mexico's serving for game 14-6.
Furthermore, that's Montero's forehand right down the line there. We don't have the view behind what Cristina was looking at, but looked from here that it was an avoidable.
Lo más importante, the most important thing is that he held up to avoid any injury and untoward behavior on the court.
I was having that discussion with Tom Travers, the Guatemalan coach. There it is.
So finish your statement, and then we'll break for 2 minutes.
I was having that discussion on how the avoidable should be called prior to avoid any injury taking place, but sometimes the speed at which the players are moving, the ball's being hit so fast that it's too hard to do.
And if there were any doubt in in the mind of Christina, then she should go towards the dead ball hinder, which she did call. So, folks, you just saw Mexico defeat Costa Rica in the boys 18 semifinal, 15-6. We will have a 2-minute break, and we'll be back. Stay tuned. And we're back, folks. Gary Mazeroff, Gustavo Farel. We're here at the beautiful Central Deportiva La Loma in San Luis Potosí, Mexico. You just saw Team Mexico defeat in Game 1 Team Costa Rica 15-6. Gustavo, what does Costa Rica have to do to get back into this match?
I think it's going to be tough, but I know this Costa Rican team is they're great players, they're great athletes. I really think they got to change their serve. They got to start perhaps working Rodriguez a little bit more, maybe a little bit more down the center. They haven't done that. Everything's been on both sides. The glass, even though very difficult to play, Fernandez has handled that beautifully. Hamburger has had more difficulty on the Costa Rican side. Let's see if they change that up.
And here we go, folks. We have a little delay for our head official. I think they asked for lines. So we have a delay here. Christina is asking for 2 lines persons. She has been successful in procuring them, and we will have on the left side Monsieur Arian from Buenos Aires in Argentina and Monsieur Bermudez on the right side from Venezuela. Oh, they switched. So Arian on the right and Bermudez on the left. 0-0 in Game 2.
See how smooth he is? I'm referring to Fernandez.
Cuts that ball with the backhand and front wall, sidewall kiss rollout. 1-0. Oh, it's great. Same type of shot. Cutting the ball a little bit. It's like a handball shot. The ball hops, and that ball hopped into the side wall, stayed parallel. So no sooner do we blink our eyes, it's 3-0.
They did request the lines, not quite sure why. I thought Christina was doing an excellent job. And
it may be that Christina wanted lines people. I think Montero came out here and said she requested them. I agree with you. I'm not convinced that lines people are needed for this match. She's doing an excellent job. So Team Costa Rica comes in. Holmberger serving first, 0-3. Back wall, set up, Holmberger. We talked about going cross court pretty much all the time.
Wow.
Thought he was visually impaired. He swung the racket anyway, and look what happens. So there's an appeal. I believe it was an appeal that the ball skipped. The call was a legal shot and call stands. So they've lost one of their 3 appeals, Costa Rica. Mexico still has 3.
The rule on the appeals, the 3 appeals applies to appeals that do not overrule the call made by the referee.
Yeah, if either linesperson agrees with the referee's call, then we have a consensus, so the call stands, and loss of an appeal. Nice shot, wide angle overhead winner by Montero. They need a few more of those, and then they need to get in and score some points. They showed they could score some points towards the end of the first game. Fernandez was out of position based on that ball approaching the back wall. He thought his opponent or his partner would get it, Rodriguez, but he wasn't ready for it. So that's what the doctor ordered. They're coming in 0-3.
Hamburger is serving to the right side. I still think they should try and serve some up the middle to see what happens. Perhaps a half lob. See who goes to take it. If they take it with the backhand.
Nothing more. It puts them in a position maybe of discomfort. They're not used to hitting it from the middle on the return. Oh, that was nice. From the receiving line, Rodriguez reverses the ball into the right corner, hand out. Second serve. So it's pretty obvious that the Gemelos did not request them to change their serve. They're going with the same protocol they used in the first game.
They talked to each, they talked to each player individually. At least I saw that between the games. They're getting a little frustrated, Costa Rica, right now, and obviously need to get a point on the board. There, excellent shot.
Holmberger, reverse to the left. Rodriguez stays with that half lob left side along the wall.
Nice get.
Shortest line between 2 points. Straight in, straight back, handcuffed. Montero wasn't able to get that ball back. So we have a 5-0 lead.
He needs a lot of room to hit the ball. Typically lefties need more room than right-handed players to swing.
Don't see any gestures from their coaching staff. They're letting him play, which oftentimes is good. One thing we've seen over the week is overcoaching with these kids oftentimes.
Especially the younger kids. Every serve, almost every shot, they're looking back at the coach, telling the players what to do, and I think that is pressure enough on the kids, and then for them to have to follow every instruction makes it even harder.
Yeah, it's not like tennis where the coach is not able to coach from the stands. It's 0-5, Montero. That was a good serve. But he skipped it in.
A lot more forced errors coming from Montero than from Rodriguez on the left side.
A lot of pressure.
Feast or famine.
Rodriguez. Oh my. Smooth as a glove, left corner overhead, pinch winner. People can say, hey, that's a pretty easy shot. Yeah, try it. Montero. One of the few that Fernandez couldn't handle. 6-0, second server. Game 2, boys 18, doubles, semifinal. The winner will play Team Bolivia. If it's Mexico, they get their revenge, La Revancha.
Short serve.
We streamed that a couple days ago in the pool play. One of the best matches ever on the streaming.
Skip ball. Second server. I think you should try serving down the right.
He coming in. It's hard to tell these teams apart sometimes. Oh my.
He owns that corner.
Like a glove. So there's an appeal on the floor. We believe it was an appeal for a skip. It certainly didn't look like it from our vantage point. Call stands, nevertheless. Loss of appeal. So Gustavo means they should have one appeal remaining.
That is correct. 2 used.
Either team has used a timeout this game. All right, they're on the board.
One 6. No.
This is what happened last game when Costa Rica came in to serve at 2-11, and they got 4 points in a row, made it 6, but then they were closed out at 6. So now they come in at 0, they have 2. It's a great serve. Back wall.
No.
You see what happened there? Ball took a weird bounce off that concrete wall.
Shot straight down onto the floor. What it appeared to do.
So we have a timeout on the floor. When we resume, it'll be Team Costa Rica serving 3-6 in game 2. We'll be back.
What's the Olympic dream? The Olympic dream is hard work, it's dedication, drive, and discipline. But it's also what you can't see. It's what's happening behind the scenes. Training our referees, executing anti-doping programs, and it's all of us coming together as a sport. The future of racquetball is the 2028 Olympics. You can pursue the Olympic dream with a donation to the International Racquetball Federation. Go to internationalracquetball.com and pursue the Olympic dream today.
And we're back. Gary and Gustavo and Gatica and our referee staff. Gustavo, why is San Luis Potosí so accessible for such a tournament? They've had many, many world championships, both adult and junior. We'll come back to that. But Montero serving 3-6. There's the Camacho. Great hands, both sides. Seeing a great rally here, folks. Piso, skip ball, great rally. Fernandez.
Your question, I think the answer is it's central location. They have a beautiful facility here, of course, and they also have the hotel, which is 5-minute walking distance. That makes it a great venue to have this championship. The 8 courts, the facility itself is spectacular. I also think the cost of living here being less allows for players to get here and, at least while here, not spend as much as they might in other places. So, that's obviously appreciated by the parents who foot the bill for a lot of the travel of the kids and the food and everything else that has to be taken care of here.
Thank you for your insight. And meanwhile, 2 more points for Team Mexico, 8-3. Towel wiping, which is under the auspices of the official time for safe and fair play.
The countries that come up from South America and the countries that come down from North America, Canada, and of course the United States, this Central American countries, and this is further south in Mexico, of course, makes it very accessible.
It's less than a 2-hour flight from the hubs for American Airlines and United Airlines, Dallas and Houston.
And very accessible from all the Central American countries, Guatemala, Honduras.
Most of them filter through the capital, Mexico City. Bottom line is, it's less than a full day of travel. Sometimes when we go south, like we did earlier in the year to Chile, we allotted 4 days of travel, 2 there, 2 back. I want to thank the folks in Temuco for putting on such a fine event. And we have the Gatica brothers helping us in the production end here from Temuco. 8-3, Fernandez serving to Holmberger. Rodriguez snaps a forehand winner, makes it 9-3.
Timeout, Costa Rica. Let's see if they talk to the Costa Rican players together or apart. This is an interesting.
We're staying here, folks. Let's do some numbers. 2000, that's the year that this club, La Loma, was built. 200 plus players in this event. We have 12 countries, including Ireland as one of them. Thank you to Team Ireland and their staff.
17 officials?
17 officials from 7 countries. We have 5 languages being spoken. 10 different cities have held this event. The first one was held in the late 80s in Miami. We discussed earlier it was part of the Orange Bowl Festival of Sports. And then Orlando, also in Florida, 3 other cities in the U.S. We're back 9-3. Through his legs. Holmberger showing some disgust. They're down 10-3. They lost the first game 15-6.
I am surprised that Christina didn't make one of the teams change jerseys, being they're all wearing red.
Correct. It's hard enough to officiate doubles. And to try and tell the teams apart just adds to the dilemma. So we're at 11-3 in game 2. Make that 12-3. This is the last of our scheduled streaming matches today. Please tune in tomorrow. We will have at least 4 finals. Okay, little loss of control here, so we're going to reserve. She needs to call the score before they serve the ball. Holmberger, Fernandez, Montero, Rodriguez. Tried to throw a reverse backhand hypotenuse into the left corner. The ball skipped in early. So handout, 12-3. And Holmberger comes over, takes the ball in front of the service line and rips the ball right back into himself. 13-3, 2 points for match. So Costa Rica earns another opportunity to serve and to hopefully get back into this match. 3 serving 13. I want to thank the International Racquetball Federation and the Pan American Racquetball Confederation for all the work they do. InternationalRacquetball.com. One can make a contribution to help underwrite many of the costs, including drug testing, including travel expenses, and all the rest, bringing a cadre of referees in to very heavy expense. In 2014, it made the commitment to eliminate referees from the player pool. So these are all paid officials. Handout, 13-3. Montero wraps it around. Errant skip by Fernandez, one of the few, so 0.4 for Costa Rica. See if they can put a run on here. Set up Montero. Fernandez was playing it. And he skips it in. It's uncanny. He hit a good shot and somebody retrieves it. The score is 13-4. Again, Team Mexico serving. Montero left side, puts it away, and now we have match point number 1. Holmberger was ready to shake hands. He forgot the score. And now he can shake the hands of Team Mexico. Folks, you just experienced a great display of doubles talent from Team Mexico over a very strong Costa Rica racquetball team in the boys 18 division semifinal. 15-6, 15-4. Thank you to Gaticas. Thank you to Gustavo. This is Gary Mazeroff signing off. Check us tomorrow. First matches start at 9 a.m. San Luis Potosi time.